Hello!
Hello.
Hi guys, it is the 20th of May, which makes it day 61 of our lockdown, which is just fucking ages, isn't it? That's ages now. So yeah, I think I'm fully institutionalized now. I think I've got used to this. I'm not used to not seeing my friends, but I'm sort of into the swing of just staying in the house, other than my weekly trips to the vets. And yeah, maybe after next week I won't even have those. So I'll never leave.
Oh no. Full lockdown.
But yeah, so actually, like, yeah, on that front, I've been sort of sat in with Poppet for quite a long chunk of today. But one thing I have discovered about that back room, it gets very hot in the afternoon.
Really does,
it gets
yeah.
boiling in there because we, like, normally obviously you'd be able to leave the window open and have the door open, but because we're locking Poppet in there, the window is above the conservatory, so she is used to being able to come and go that way. So I can't have that open because she would just jump out. And yeah, obviously can't have the door open because then she'll just sneak off into the rest of the house. And yeah, it gets full sun from about 1 p.m. onwards until basically sort of 6 or 7. So it gets very hot in there.
We should say that.
But we did have a bit of a scare.
Oh yes, we did.
So yeah, it's a normal bed frame that has a gap underneath it, but there's a few bits and bobs under there of junk. So what we thought we'd do when we moved her in there, partly so that she didn't have too much floor space to walk around on, but also so that she couldn't sort of get out of reach for times when we needed to sort of pick her up and put her in a carrier to take her to the vet. We stuffed all the underneath of the bed with stuff. So loads of stuff, checked that there was no gaps. Also, we thought. Then this morning, Chris went into, because I'd actually been in with Poppet quite early this morning, after I'd done sort of the breakfast time for all the other little furry buggers, and popped in on her, and she was on the bed, and we had a bit of a cutch, and it was lovely. And then I'd gone back to bed. And then much later, well, I was still asleep, as is my right, and Chris was making some lunch, but popped in to have a little look, and then came into the bedroom and just went, Elle, I'm not being funny, but where's Poppet? And I was like, what? So I jumped out of bed, and then we go in the room, and true, she was nowhere to be seen.
Which was a bit.
And it was mysterious, yeah. And so, yeah, basically I moved a couple of bits around and sort of started calling her name, and then I could just hear a suspicious sort of shuffling noise coming from under the bed. And we still don't know how she got in there, because there were no gaps. But there must have been a gap somewhere, because she got in there and she was just chilling under the bed in a nice cool dark corner. Maybe partly because that room gets quite warm, but also she used to like hiding behind the desk in the other room, so maybe she just likes a little.
And before all this happened, she used to lie under our bed, didn't she?
Yes.
So she quite likes dark, cosy spaces.
Yes.
But
yeah,
was just
that
a bit
was
scary because we don't know how she got in, because we thought we'd blocked everything off.
So we've just moved stuff out so that she can go under there now. But the only thing that we're going to have trouble with there, though, is next Tuesday she needs to go to the vet, so we're going to have to make sure that she's accessible on Tuesday morning. So we might have to put her back in the other room for a night.
Yeah, we'll see what we do. We've got some days about that. But what we should mention, though, is even though it does get really hot there in the afternoons, it is cooler under the bed. She also has a little cooling mat that she can lie if
I
she
got
wants
that
to.
For Lucy, because Lucy has it's not funny. She has a condition that is known as Labrador collapse syndrome. The reason it's sort of funny is because it's typical Labrador nonsense, that basically in hot weather they just don't really know when to stop running around like idiots. So she overheats and then sort of falls down on the floor and kind of hyperventilates for a while, which is very distressing to watch. But it is overheating, because she will just run around like a lunatic while she's out on a walk, and only when she gets in, she realises sort of, oh fuck, I've overdone it. And then so I bought a cooling mat that sort of, it's got like a gel in it that just stays cool at room temperature, so she can lie on that. So we've just moved that upstairs for Poppet. Yes. It's more that it's uncomfortable for us in there, because under the bed it's quite cool and dark anyway.
And we've got a fan in there as well, haven't we?
So
it's not
baking
like
for us.
A cruel environment to put Poppet in, is my point. Like,
she's fine.
We're slightly uncomfortable, but she's okay. We're looking after her. We're being responsible cat owners. But
yes, no, she's fine. It's just it's a bit sort of stifling in there.
Woke up this morning with another cat on my pillow.
Yeah.
He was adorable.
Oh God, your face as well. It was most. Oh God, I did not think I would find somebody else on this planet that is soppier about animals than myself. But then I found a Chris.
I'm not soppy about animals.
He's so soppy. You are so soppy. There's no shame in it. I love it.
I just think that Arthur and Ford are the best in the world. And
well, Arthur came in and sort of was padding around, basically wanting food, but he was being quite affectionate about it. But he's got an incredibly loud purr, but we've discovered that he drools when he's purring. So I woke up to a few little drops of spit.
He's not always drooling when he's purring.
I think it's partly when he's hungry and he's purring and he's sort of in scroungy mode. But yeah, probably like dripped onto me, so I had a slightly less pleasant waking up, but it was still very cute. But then he walked up for me and then onto your pillow and next to your face, and so I leaned up and I was like, oh, he's not going to want to miss this. I was sort of like, Chris, and then you like bleary-eyed just opened your eyes and then sort of went, just saw his little face. And honest to God, I wish I could have recorded it. I've never seen such a look of such pure joy. It was adorable.
So and he's started doing this thing now where he used to, when he wanted food and if we were asleep, he'd be quite scratchy with his claws. Yeah. Like, come on. And he's started doing this thing instead where he'll bite you, which sounds bad, but he's so gentle.
He doesn't really bite. He just kind of
like a nibble, just
nibbles,
kind of
give you a little like
your fingers and your
just to get attention,
just to be like, come on, and it's quite cute because he's not putting any pressure on.
He's just giving you a hint.
He's just going, come on now. And
that's a cat owner sort of Stockholm syndrome thing, isn't it? It's like, oh well, he's just showing me that he could hurt me, but he isn't.
No, I don't think he's trying to. He's just like going. He doesn't know any other. We can't talk, can he? So it's just a little way of letting us know.
No, it is very cute. So that's what's been going on cat-wise today. But actually, I've been in there with her quite a lot of today. She's gone back to being a bit of a dick about you. So it's like, no, I only want mum. So I was in there. As you may have noticed, the eagle eyes amongst you. I was dyeing my hair, so I put the hair dye on and then went and sat in there with her. For so much of the day, she'd just been under the bed. And typically, just as it was sort of coming to the time when I needed to be washing the hair dye off, that's when she came out and was sort of being all cuddly and cutchy with me. So I was like, okay. So I sent you a message. I was like, could you think you could take over so that I can go wash my hair off? And Chris walks in and she just goes, oh, fuck this, and goes back into the bed. And I was like, for fuck's sake.
She was quite nice with me yesterday when we were both in there. She was quite affectionate.
I don't know. I think it was just like, no, this wasn't the point. I just wanted alone time with mum. Totem does the same thing sometimes about feeding. Like, he'll be nagging for food and I'll be in the middle of doing something. So Chris will get up to go and put food in the bowl and he's just like, no, I want her to do it. So then comes and sits next to me and just meows at me until I do it. And then I have to just go over and just point at the bowl and be like, there. And he's like, right, thanks. Right, you dickheads.
But that's all
right. I love
them
them dearly, but they're dickheads.
So you were kind of forced into spending some quality time.
Yeah, it was nice though. It was nice, but it did mean I got fuck all else done today.
Well, it did allow me to get on with some projects of my own.
Yes. You've been busy.
Oh, I've been ever so busy. Because a lot of people have been talking in lockdown, haven't they, about how they've been using this time to do some DIY or like some spring cleaning. Yeah. And we've not found ourselves much tempted, have we?
Well, we wouldn't really have been able to anyway.
Well, no, we've been a bit tied down by cat duty, but we've not really been doing much in the way of renovations.
I had some big ideas that did not come to fruition, at least yet.
But that said, I did today move some books around.
You may notice you can just about see on that bookshelf. Chris has a selection of graphic novels, and they're all in order. There's hundreds of them.
The Marvel Ultimate Graphic Novel Collection, and you can just
and the spines all
see them
make pictures.
In shot there, they've got a nice panoramic kind of design down the spine, and
which is a bit better looking than just a higgledy-piggledy bookcase.
Well, it's one of those things we kind of, and I think this happens.
We've got a lot of books, haven't we?
Well, I think because I moved in with you, like I think if we were moving into a new place entirely, you'd start a bit more from scratch.
Yes.
But
we were sort
when
of
you move into someone's house, it's like someone has to move some of their stuff aside, and you kind of
which I did, by the way. Oh, yeah, no, I did make space.
She did, but it was just a case of kind of
you just kind of making do and putting things where you can.
When you're moving as well, you've got to get out of the old house by a certain date. We've got to get into the new one, and we don't drive, so you're dependent on lifts and things and help. So it's just a case of often just getting as much stuff sort of shuttled and shunted as quickly as you can, and then you think, oh, I'll get around to that later, and you never really do it.
No.
So
it is nice. It does look very good.
We've just moved a lot of the books we had downstairs upstairs, and put all these books. They're all in chronological order now, and it does look nice. Good. You can see all the pictures.
Because considering they've got all those matching spines, it's sort of more of a display piece anyway. Because actually, there's quite a few of them that are still in the cellophane, but like
but I have started.
Yeah, you're working your way through.
Working my way through them again, and what is nice as well when you do reorganise books is it just reminds you all the great books that you've got that you've maybe forgotten about when they're just sat on a shelf and in piles and stuff. You've got to start looking through them, and then it's given me more enthusiasm as well to read them, especially because they've got this kind of panoramic image on the spine, which makes this lovely picture to look at, but then all they've got is like a number across the top of the spine and a little image of maybe the star character, so it doesn't even say the title.
Yeah, you've got
so you don't really know.
Look.
Yeah, when you look at the front covers, so that was fun. Just kind of pouring through those. That's been my activity today.
Oh no, you did another thing today.
I did another project.
Oh, I will just say first though, hopefully, fingers crossed, if Puppet is at least allowed fair run of the house from next week onwards, that's the point at which I might get my teeth into some of those similar type projects. Maybe sort of organise cupboards and make space and move some stuff up into the attic to make some more space, because I was thinking there's loads of stuff that I could give to charity, but when lockdown it ends, and even when just charity shops are allowed to reopen, they're going to be deluged because everybody's going to be sorting their stuff out. But we've actually got a loft that's empty, so what I might do is put stuff that we don't need that maybe is decent for charity but not sort of urgent up there to make some more space and just kind of have a bit of a sort. So yeah, that's a little project that I've got for myself, and another project I can do on days when I'm not, because that's quite physical, so that'll take me a while to do because I'll only have to do it in fits and starts. But then another very exciting task I'm setting myself is labelling all of my digital photos, because I've got thousands and thousands of photos, but they're all just whatever random file name your phone gives them or Facebook gives them. And so if I'm actually looking for photos of a specific thing or a person or a friend or a pet, then I've just got to look through them all. So I'm going to label all of those because I'm cool.
So if you enjoyed my compelling anecdote about moving some books around, you've got it all still ahead of you when Ellie labels the files.
Yeah, I don't know if that'll be something that'll quite make it into the blog. Other than maybe I'll say that I've done it.
But I did have another project today.
Yep, you did.
Because
pivotal. We'll remember this day.
What happened is, this guy, I can't remember his name, I think it's Joey Franta or something, but he appeared on my Facebook wall as a sponsored ad.
Right.
And he was lying, he's this skinny teenage boy, and he's lying on his bed, giving a peace sign, and he's got a bowl of popcorn and his laptop open on Disney Plus.
Right.
And it was just saying, hey guys.
Yeah.
Joey Franta here, whatever your story, whoever you are, Disney Plus has got something for you. It's just $5.99, get involved kind of thing. And I sort of thought, well, this must be a person, some celebrity, some star of a Disney Plus show, or some some influencer that I don't know about.
Right.
Someone like Rylan or something.
Right.
And I don't know about him, but presumably people know who he is.
You assumed he was a popular culture character that just had passed you by.
Yeah, but then you start kind of seeing all the comments underneath, and everyone's going, "Who's this guy? Why is he on my Facebook? What's going on? So
did you look him up? Is he anything?
No, I did no research for this. But I think I don't know if they've got a Disney have got a referral scheme where you can just go, if you give this code out and people sign up, you can get money off or something, or you can get something. So maybe he's just paid for this sponsored ad himself, just like anyone could.
Yeah.
And done that, and he's trying to make himself into a social
influencer
type person. And social...
I kind of wish I'd seen the comments now, just loads of people going, who are you and why should I listen to you?
And social influences are one of those things that I simultaneously think are just kind of a ridiculous kind of construct and a bit silly and shouldn't exist. Excuse me, and because you and if you're a celebrity for having done something, and then people want to wear the same clothes as you, or like follow your advice or on what brands. Like I get it, right? Because you're a celebrity and people admire you and they want. But when like literally the thing that you're known for is recommending brands and clothes and things and just being like pretty, I find it a bit. I mean, it's all obviously a bit shallow and a bit like, but the flip side of that is I'm also quite jealous because I want like they get free stuff, don't they? And they get money for what seems like not much.
And they end up actually genuinely having quite a lot of influence because they get a lot of followers and then sort of having a little bit of sway.
Doing selfies and things like that, and like that doesn't seem. I mean, I'm sure they do work quite hard at doing their selfies and their filters, but you don't have to go to an office, do you? And
no,
you know, and it's.
I guess you have to look pretty, and you probably have to do a bit of hustling around the companies to sort of get them to send you the stuff so that you can vlog the stuff. But
and also, and so I haven't got any gigs coming at the moment, have I? So you know, maybe time to switch careers. I decided I was going to be a social influencer, and
you started on that path.
I haven't. I my first thought was meat paste.
Oh God!
But I thought I'd do a.
Do you have any meat paste?
No, well that's where that fell down.
Right.
But I did have sardines, and I thought tinned fish would be quite an.
Well, it's not very glamorous, is it?
And so that's it. So I just took a photo of me holding sardines, and I put it on Facebook, and then. I got a bit carried away myself and I paid for a sponsored ad.
How much did you pay?
The minimum.
£5?
Yeah. Well, 10 quid.
Oh, is 10 quid the minimum?
No. Well, I didn't check if it was the suggested amount.
Right, yeah. I think you can do less, but I probably not very much. I've done them sometimes for escape rooms related posts.
And I realised, like, we're trying to be sensible with our money and talking about stuff, but
It is amusing.
Just the idea.
You did it through your stand-up comedian page, though, so that could potentially people go like, "This is quite funny," and then realise it's a comedian that's done it, and maybe follow your page or whatever.
It doesn't say. I don't think it says. Does it say it's from my stand-up comedian page?
It says Chris Chopping - stand-up comedian.
Oh, does it? Okay, great, even better. Because I just really thought it'd be funny.
It is funny
if strangers see an
like holding some sardines,
like of my face holding a tin of Sainsbury's sardines, telling them to eat sardines. But then someone told me that Sainsbury's are pro-Brexit, so it turns out this social influencing is harder than you might think. But apparently, but I just want to see the people on Facebook who don't know me,
just going,
never heard of me, going, what? Why is this guy on my Facebook advertising Sainsbury's sardines? What is this? It really tickles me.
Yeah, it tickles me as well. And actually, because we shared it just on our personal Facebook pages, and it got quite a lot of responses.
But doing it, just paying for it to be there to strangers, it comes up as sponsored, and it's just
got to keep yourself entertained these days, haven't you?
Really tickles me. That's great. That's my lockdown fun.
It's harmless, isn't it? Harmless fun. I do wish you hadn't gone for a meaty, fishy product, though. It's not glamorous. I get it.
It's the most like kind of.
I don't know. Beans could have been quite funny,
maybe beans, but also I'm going to see what else I can do. Because apparently also it shares to Instagram, the adverts, but I've not seen my advert come up on Instagram.
I'll have a look.
So if anyone sees my advert on Instagram, get me a screen grab, because I'd quite like to see how it comes up. Because I don't think it'll show on mine, presumably, because why would it advertise it back to me? That doesn't make sense.
I don't know. I'll have a look. If it comes up on mine, I'll let you know. But if anybody else does, then let us know.
Yeah. I might do some other social influencing thing. It's not the.
What are you going to influence people to do?
I don't know.
What are you going to use your power for?
It's not the most. I want some free stuff. I want some free sardines. It's not.
What if they do send you loads of free sardines? You don't eat them that often.
Well, I'll eat them more, won't I? If they're free.
Do you know? Like, I'm not being because actually this isn't even really to do with the veganism. I used to quite like sardines, but they do make the house smell quite strongly.
Well, that's one of the reasons I don't eat them more often. Because last time I had them, you complained about the smell.
Well, they do smell.
Well, yeah, but they're tasty though.
No, I get it. I used to eat them. They are tasty, but they are quite a potent smell that lingers for quite a long time.
So I'm actually when you're asleep or something.
Do you think I won't notice when I wake up?
We're too late by then.
Well, yeah.
I don't know.
The house is still going to smell whether or not I'm conscious.
Well, we'll see.
But yeah, so that's what Chris has been up to.
Yeah, I might do some other social. I realise it's not the most sophisticated satire, but it's fun.
It's a bit of fun.
I might do some other.
I quite like it, to be honest. I think it's silly.
Yeah, I don't know what else they do. Social influencers. I'll have a look and I'll get involved.
Well, we could do a because actually I've got she's not really she's not an influencer. There's a lady that does makeup tutorials, but slightly strangely, and I don't know quite where this came from, but she does them in the character of, well, she's called Pilov, and she talks in very strange accent and is very harsh about what you do with your, and she sort of, it's very like exaggerated character that she does, and she just sort of throws a lot of shade while she's doing it. So she's sort of saying, you don't have to do too much effort with this, like everything else in your life, and it's quite funny, and I really like watching her. But watching her, she also does do very good makeup, so it's sort of 2 for 1. It's funny because makeup tutorials really dull, but actually watching her do them is quite good. So I think you should watch one of her makeup tutorials and do it on me.
I think that'd be fun. I do want to do that. My only slight worry is that I will mess up your makeup or brushes or something.
Well, it's all right. You can wash makeup brushes, and as long as you're not like poking in it like a toddler, it's a brush and some powder.
I'm up for doing that.
Yeah. So we won't do that live on here because it'll take him ages, but we may film it and do a thing with that because I think that could be quite fun. You've never, I assume, put makeup on anyone before? Ever watched a makeup tutorial?
Yes. Because our friend's daughter came to visit.
Oh, Ruby, yeah.
Ruby came.
It's not our friend's daughter, it's my cousin.
No, not Ruby. I've not met Ruby.
Oh, okay. Right, yes, sorry, yes. It wasn't Ruby.
So she came to visit, and I said, "Oh, do you want to put something on the telly?" And she put
this was the forensics thing, wasn't it?
She put on a thing on YouTube that was both a makeup tutorial and a true crime documentary at one and the same time.
So were they just talking about true crime while doing makeup?
Yeah. And I remember thinking then, like, why does anyone ever leave the house?
It.
And then,
I want to watch
lockdown
that.
happened and nobody does anymore. So...
what was I going to say? Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
It was good as well, because she said she wanted to be like a forensic investigator, like a crime scene investigator.
CSI stuff,
But she said, the trouble is there's not enough murders in Wales. And I was like, yeah, I suppose that is a shame, but I'm sure if we think hard enough, we'll probably find the silver lining with that. I don't know. It's good.
Yeah, I like that. That only a 16-year-old girl thinks like that. I love it. Brilliant. But yeah, I do kind of want to watch that. I think that's the thing. I don't give enough of a shit about the makeup tutorials, so I need a hook. But actually, like, it's a shame I didn't watch makeup tutorials when I was younger, because I'm actually quite good at doing makeup now, whereas I was fucking shocking throughout my entire teens and 20s. I look back on some of my makeup choices with horror. So I need a hook. So either somebody doing a strange Russian accent and throwing shade at me, or somebody talking true crime. Yeah, I'm up for that. So yeah, we'll make our own little... well, I don't think we can call it a makeup tutorial, because I'm... with the best will in the world, don't anticipate you doing the best job.
Hey.
Just because you look, literally, it'll be the first time ever holding a makeup brush.
A lot of it comes down to confidence.
Yes. What I could do is I will film the blog in the makeup that Chris has done.
Yes.
After, like, so we'll do that sort of in the evening. Then I'll film.
Or when are we doing it tomorrow?
We could do it tomorrow.
Let's do it tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, cool. We're going to do it tomorrow. We've made that commitment to you guys now, so that's happening.
All right, yeah. Unless any unforeseeable circumstance stop us, we'll do that tomorrow. Look forward to a bonkers-looking face here tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, and something else that I'm doing tomorrow, although it will actually be kind of technically before that, because it'll be, by the time you see this, it'll be this evening. Tomorrow I'm doing panel show 4 as a crowd again. Yeah. Oh, should we be doing it straight after? Because that finishes quite late. It'll probably take a while to do. That. To do my makeup before that, but then film after. Yeah, you can just have the makeup on for a bit.
Yeah, okay, yeah, all right.
And then Friday is going to be a busy day for me. Yeah. Because I got my interview with the British Comedy Guide coming out on the British Comedy Guide website. I'm going to be on BBC One Wales and iPlayer.
Yes.
For a stand-up sesh. Doing stand-up alongside a lot of other funny Welsh people. And as we've said before, this is all filmed like pre-lockdown, so there's like an audience and an atmosphere and everything. And also, I'm going to be doing anher panel show on
I'm
Friday.
really looking forward to that one. That's right up my alley.
Yeah, Board Game Smackdown.
Yeah. But you don't know what you're going to be playing yet?
No, I don't really know what to expect, because I've done this before in Edinburgh. 3
Up at the
times,
Fringe Festival.
and it's always been a
Yes,
lot of fun. It's run by a guy called James Cook, who's a very funny comedian himself, but he also runs Board Game Smackdown. He hosts it. He's a big fan of board games, and
As are we.
He's managed to find brilliant board games that you can play, you know, live on stage in front of an audience and make that work, and do that within an hour kind of time slot every day, which is a skill in and to itself.
Yeah.
But now he's had the additional challenge of going, right, what games...
Got to all play, but you're not in the
play,
same
like,
space.
remotely via a Zoom chat or something, presumably, and all in different places.
So I guess anything that involves you having your own personal cards or anything, you can't really do that. Like
no, so I don't know what games I'm going to be playing, but that's going to be a lot of fun. So it's going to be a busy day for me on Friday.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's busy day comedy career-wise, but the British Comedy Guide interview and the BBC stand-up sesh thing, they're already made. That's just the day they're going out.
Yes.
So that's not going to be a busy
workload
with stuff
like,
to do.
Liking and sharing.
Yeah.
and,
but I think that'll be really fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun day. And then, also, before I forget, we talked about Ignacio Lopez's comedy special that he's made. And again...
But we misquoted... Well, not misquoted. We misspoke as to when it was going out, didn't we?
Yes, we said it was... Well,
today.
We said Wednesdays. We thought it was tonight, but...
Next Wednesday,
the 27th. It's going... Did you check the time? Did you say it was 7:30?
It was 8:30.
8:30, and...
Again, I will put the link. Because the link I put up previously, I just didn't check the date. I just trusted you.
And, you know...
I have to fact check this one.
Obviously, stream content can be hit and miss, but Ig is very good with his production values.
Yeah.
He's also a very good writer. I have every confidence that it's going to be a really funny show.
It will be. There's some things that sort of maybe we've given a go to that I haven't necessarily been that bothered, and I've been like, yeah, it's okay, but I know that this is going to be good. He's a reliable... good comic, so yeah, his stuff will be good, I'm sure of it.
But the other reason we need to plug it and make sure we get the date and the time right is he's even though I think it's been pre-recorded, he's putting it out kind of as live at 8:30 on that Wednesday.
So better to watch it live if you can.
Well, it won't be available to watch afterwards.
Okay.
It's leaving it up. It's like hey.
So you've got to watch that then.
Tune in for it. Yeah.
Right. Okay. I didn't realise that. Okay. So yeah, do put that into your calendars then. So 8:30 next Wednesday. I will put the link in the blurb. Double check the link because it may be that I'm remembering that wrong. But I'll put it in the blurb and then you'll be able to get the details from that. Anyway.
Also, while I forget. That Belly Laughs fundraiser that we were part of the Cardiff leg of. I don't know what the total is in Cardiff that they've raised, but the Bristol leg has raised £36,000.
Wow.
Yeah, it's impressive, isn't it?
Yeah, that is really impressive.
I don't know the total for the Cardiff leg, but...
Well, on the night it was over £3,000, but I have no idea how much it's done in since then. So yeah, it kind of builds because all the stuff gets shared around.
That in case that didn't sound good next to the 36
I didn't,
that Bristol did, but yes.
You said you didn't know.
I know, I was fibbing. Because it's just...
Well, I think we said...
But, you know, £3,000 is still a respectable amount of money to raise, and it may
How long ago was the Bristol one, or should we not say?
I think that was about a week before the Cardiff, so it could be that more money had been raised subsequently, but I just saw everything today that the Bristol one specifically has raised £36,000. Very impressive. Very good indeed.
Yeah. I wrote down a couple of things to talk about today that are real world things, but actually maybe we'll just have a nice light fluffy one today and not go into it, because some of the real world stuff that I was going to talk about is a bit grim. It's sort of statisticky things about sort of death tolls and stuff.
Spoilers for tomorrow, guys.
Yeah, well, like we're sort of meant to be, this is meant to be about lockdown, so we should be talking about what is going on in the real world, but we'll cover a bit of that tomorrow, possibly with me looking like a drag queen, so that'll just take the edge off any grim statistics, I'm sure. I could be being very unfair. You might have a real knack for it, and it might be that I make you do my makeup before I go out. What I will say is exaggerate it, because I'm wearing quite a lot of makeup now, but it doesn't look like a lot of makeup on there. It just looks like makeup.
So you're worried that when I do your makeup, your concern is I'm going to be too subtle?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're so not going to be. I'm going to have eyeshadow up to above my eyebrows. It's going to be bonkers. But I'm sure you'll do your best, Babs. But yeah, I think that'll be a fun thing to do. He's also trying to get me to self-tan at some point. Now, I've never worn self-tan in my life. You may be able to tell I am quite a pale person, so I always sort of assume that self-tan will just look ridiculous on me. But I don't have to go anywhere. So I might do it. I might give that a go at some point, but obviously we'll do the makeup-y stuff first so that you're dealing with at least how I normally look. But yeah, I don't anticipate it looking very good on me.
But it's a bit of fun, isn't it?
But yeah, because I'm so pale to the extent where most brands of makeup do not go pale enough. Like, I'll buy their palest shade and then I put it on and it looks orange. So there's only certain brands I can go to, or I have to go to like specialists, stockists,
farmers and places. And
yeah, it's all formaldehyde. So I think fake tan will. I don't tan. I've never really had an actual tan, so it'll be interesting to see what I look with one. I hope I don't like it, because that'll be a new beauty sort of thing that I end up getting a bit addicted to, like my fake eyelashes, which I miss.
For me, it was just like, well, it's a novelty, isn't it? And it's like, well,
your arms look very good.
Yeah, my arms
your face
look
looks a bit dirty now.
Yeah, but it's not something.
And your hands look filthy.
It's not something I ever would have done.
Show me hands.
Yeah, my hands look a state, but it doesn't look as bad on camera. If I get up close,
show them the nail. You can see.
Yeah, very bit orangey, like I've been smoking for 30 years, isn't it? And then nails are a bit grim, but yeah, but like, it's the sort of thing you'd never do. If I had to go into work tomorrow,
yeah, you wouldn't do
and
it.
face questions. You know what I mean? You go, oh no, I can't be. But
yeah, we can do these things now. So yeah,
it's not that I thought it would look good, but I thought, you just go, what would it look like me with a tan? And now,
well, you already bought it. You didn't buy it just for the sillies.
Oh no,
I'd already bought it for a sketch previously.
I bought it for a previous sketch, and we found a way to crowbar it into a second sketch. So it's paid for itself, isn't it? I wish I'd kept the receipt. I could claim that against tax.
Yeah. Well, if I get a habit out of it, I'll buy some more, and you can use that for your tax receipt instead. Right, we should
probably take that, the tax man.
We should probably call that a day there. So look forward to me looking incredible tomorrow. I'm sure it's going to be excellent.
I hope the tax man doesn't come after me now
for that $3.95 that you spent on cheap fake tan.
No, now I said take that, the tax man, he might bear a grudge. Or tax woman. It's the 90s.
Tax people.
Tax people.
Tax persons.
That's like a kids' TV show from the late 80s, isn't it? Tax people.
Tax people.
Living in the tax world. There's Timmy the tax man and Susie the... There's not... Like shoe people, there's different types of shoes, aren't there?
Yeah, there's only one type of tax person.
I guess
then maybe the corporate tax evasion man, the tax fraud woman.
I guess the Poddington Peas were all peas, and they just had different personality types. So
yeah, they only had one girl pea though.
Yeah, so you've got.
They only had one girl shoe as well, and she was a ballet shoe.
Got Jimmy the happy tax man, and Bobby the grumpy tax man, and Lucy, she's a tax woman. Which is broadly fine. Like and subscribe, guys. There's no shame in it.
No shame in it whatsoever.